What's up, delivery fam? Hopefully this stream is a lot better than the last one. Welcome back. What up, my peoples? If you were in the last stream that was given a few issues and you're back here now, please let me know if this stream is a lot better. Even if it's not perfect, I don't think we will ever get a perfect stream. But if it's better than the last one, please give me a thumbs up emoji in the chat right now. What's up, Cali Dog? Matt B. It's lagging again. John McKaylen, thank you for that. I don't know what's going on, man, but when you're trying to have a live show, I don't know, and you're using another a platform that, you know, sometimes they run routine maintenance checks, and who knows if that's what's happening right now. You guys know that Google owns YouTube, and you guys also know that Google has been having a few issues with Google Maps. So I don't know if I hope they're not linked some kind of way, but if they are, I don't know. I just don't know. I just don't know. But some people are giving me a thumbs up emoji saying that it's better than the last stream. So I'm not going to have any opening announcements with this one. I just want to get the conversation started. Tonight, we're going to be talking about, is market oversaturation the real issue? The real issue for all platforms. We'll save Instacart for the last one, okay? But market oversaturation, it has been a topic, a conversation starter just about in every market. You know, a lot of people, when they feel like they're not getting any orders on their phone, doesn't matter if it's DoorDash, Grubhub, Uber Eats, Postmates, and now the infamous Instacart, whatever. It seems as if it's something that gets the conversation started as soon as possible. That's the direction that people want to go down or head in when they're not getting orders on their phone. But the question is it really the real issue here? Or is it just really slow? What's up, JB? What's up, the bad guy? Miss Gig Lady, what's up? How you doing, Robert Plyler? Dunk, what's good? John McKaylen again. Rideshare Trickster, what's up, man? Haven't seen you for a while. What's up, A-Bar? And there goes the music. Okay, so, all right. So, over the last couple of days, last couple of weeks, I should say, I've been working all the platforms, okay? Including Postmates. I turned Postmates on, but then I turned it off really quick. I guess I can't really bring Postmates into this conversation. But the thing is, you know, I've worked DoorDash, I've worked Uber Eats, I've worked Grubhub, I've worked Instacart. Yes, I've worked Instacart. I had the opportunity to. I did my first batch. And I posted on my community tab that I will be releasing that video on Saturday. Okay, so please look out for that. The times that I usually release those videos are between like 3 and 4. So just look out for that. I did receive my first batch, but the thing is this: oversaturation, like I said, it's a conversation starter. All right, and I have been experiencing like drastic slow pings on all the platforms. DoorDash is red all over. I can dash now just about anywhere I want to go. I feel like a top dasher, but it's slow. And I'm like, I know DoorDash allowed a lot of these restaurant partners, their employees, if they got laid off or whatever, DoorDash gave them priority access to their platform to become a driver and make money using their platform. But the thing is, it's like It's so slow. My gosh. Like, I would park outside of restaurants that I know are open, and these restaurants are supposed to be busy. From Wendy's to Chipotle to even Cheesecake Factory. Yeah, I mean, Cheesecake Factory isn't open all day, every day in my market, but it's still open every once in a while. And I'm like, what the heck is going on with DoorDash? And then out of the blue, they will hit me with an order. And it's an order that, unfortunately, I can't take because it's like $3 that's going, I want to say like 5 miles. I saw one today. It was like three something, 3 and change going like 8 miles. And I'm like, during these times, DoorDash, nah, I'm not taking that. But going to the other platforms, save Instacart for last, okay? Going to the other platforms, Grubhub, I'm getting an order every 2 hours. The payouts are worth it. They're like $14. Some of them are 20 something bucks, 30 something dollars. But it's like, geez, I haven't even had the opportunity to really reject anything. And I'm going to go to the chat. I'm not going to talk much because some of y'all get restless and y'all want my attention now. So I got to make sure that I get what I'm trying to get out and I'm talking to the chat as well, okay? But have you guys been experiencing this? If you have, please put what platform it has been and what your market is, because I know I can't be the only one that's going through this. I know there's a lot of drivers in my market that's experiencing it. All right. Let's see here. Going to the chat. What's up, Rideshare Trickster? UDM, is it common for the DoorDash app to freeze 3 times a week? Unfortunately, yeah. Well, 3 times a week, not really 3 times a week, but there's always some kind of crash or outage, like they call it, every week. Some weeks, which is rare, we don't get an outage at all. But some weeks, majority of the weeks, we get an outage saying, and some people, they have an order and they can't even complete the order because it won't allow them to go to the next step, and so on and so forth. But that's just the DoorDash platform. I don't know what the heck is going on with their system, man. Every week there's complaints. They're like popular on Down Detector. Down Detector is always detecting an outage or reports on DoorDash a DoorDash outage. Like, what, I don't understand. Tony Shu, get it together, man. Get your company together. But anyway, going back to the chat here. Uber Eats is slow for me, Rideshare Lisa says. The bad guy says, I'm still making a quota, but it's much harder. See, that's another thing. I know a lot of y'all, you're hustlers at heart. You're going to go out there and you're going to do what you got to do to make your money. Now, whatever that amount is, I know for a fact you're going to go out there and you're going to make it. But that's why I'm asking. Is it really oversaturation? Or is it just damn slow? Is it just nobody want to place orders? They're in my market, I don't know about yours, but they're giving out free food. A lot of people, like lines of people, in their vehicles waiting on the food drives that they're giving out all this food. I forgot what they call it. I think it's Feeding South Florida or something like that. Maybe I'm wrong about what it's called, but a lot of that stuff is going on right now. And Mrs. UDM, she's been keeping up with it, but right now she's feeling a little bit under the weather. But is it really oversaturation? Now, Instacart, that's a whole different conversation. We gonna dive into that, and I'm gonna open up the lines when I start talking about some Instacart. So if you got some stuff on your chest you want to get off about some Instacart and oversaturation, just hold it, okay? Going back to the chat here. All right. Loco 1804 says both. Sufan Girl says it's oversaturation and it's slow. Okay. All right. Nito 209 says, what's that black thing by y'all name? Black thing by y'all name? What's that? I don't know what you're talking about, brother. All right. Oh, you're probably talking about the badges in the chat. All right. Towards the ending of the video, you will see some more information about that. Okay. But Grubhub drivers, are you experiencing a slowdown as well? I know the bad guy, you do Grubhub as well, brother, but any other driver that's here that might be saying, that might be experiencing an extreme slowdown, because y'all know Grubhub is the one that tries to control the amount of drivers that they have on their platform at a time. Okay? Now, I've been seeing tons of blocks. Now, I know some of you might say something like, they're releasing new blocks, UDM, but even my block, if I get marked absent, my block goes untouched. Ain't nobody picking that stuff up, man. Ain't nobody working. Nobody. So if nobody's picking up my block because I just got marked absent by the system, then is it really oversaturation on Grubhub? If it was oversaturation in my market, I'm speaking from my market, right? If it was oversaturation in my market, that block would have got picked up just like that. But I'm like, geez, what the hell? What the hell going? Nobody picked it up? I literally got marked absent a few times. I'm not gonna tell y'all how many times I didn't go to work. but how many blocks I did not want to go to work for. But anyway, I mean, no one is picking up the blocks. None. Going back to the chat here, Tim M says, today was slow, but before this, Grubhub has been busy. Okay, today was slow. It's a Wednesday. All right, Basic Bish. What's up, Basic Bish? Unemployment is at an all-time high right now. People can't afford it. I'm sure that plays a big role. I think so too. I really do think so too. Even though DoorDash and all these other platforms are saying, hey, we basically, hey, come work for us or whatever. Mainly DoorDash. Even though they're saying that, I do know that there's not enough orders to go around, and probably some newbies are like, man, they ain't sending me nothing. All right, they don't even know where to go, where to begin. So let me open up the lines. And we're gonna start talking about some Instacart. That's a whole different conversation. Cause boy, when I did my first batch, boy, all I can do is laugh. All I can do is laugh, boy. That ain't I'm telling you, oversaturation ain't the word. Thank you for going to Gig Talk Live. What's up, man? Matt Burton.
I am first. I just want to point that out.
Yes, you are. You are first, brother. Hey, quick question. Before you get started, have you noticed oversaturation with Instacart?
Yeah, I have.
Okay, all right.
There's a lot of new people doing it. I mean, there's some local Facebook groups here. You go ahead and finish, and then I'll go ahead and go. You finish what you were saying.
Okay, all right. So before we get into the conversation, I want to make sure that everyone here can hear you guys. Can you give me a thumbs up emoji in the chat right now if you can hear Matt Burton? Matt, can you do a few la 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 for me,
Sure.
please?
Yeah, of course. I'm sure everybody can hear me. I don't think that's ever been an issue on your channel.
Well, the thing is, I've had to do a few extra things due to the last stream not working like it should.
I think most people call that operator error, just so you know, but it's okay.
Okay, whatever, man. All right. So, okay, we got a few thumbs ups in the chat. All right. So, all right,
so good to go.
All right, good to go.
So in my market, we have a few local Facebook groups.
Uh-huh.
That, they're Instacart, just I'm sure there's DoorDash ones everywhere, but whatnot.
Right.
But I see a ton of people in there like, oh, I'm just starting, blah, 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 And people that have been doing it for a while don't take too kindly to that, to be honest. I don't even...
Right.
It's funny. But, there's a lot of people that are new because I'll be in Costco and I'm like, never seen this guy before. Hey, how's it going? I'm like, oh, I just started last week. This is great. I'm like, yeah, sure it is. But as far as the oversaturated, my confusion, and this has been since day one when y'all been talking about oversaturation. I mean, how
Okay.
does it get oversaturated with DoorDash? They're the ones that allow it to get that way. They're the ones that control how many blocks are open for however many hours.
Yeah, I mean, it's definitely true that they open up their platform to allow new drivers in. But when it comes down to order volume, I do know that before this pandemic, DoorDash, even if they were sending a lot of lowball offers, they definitely took over my market, man. When it came down to the order volume, just every couple of seconds, I was getting an order. Before all of this, even before the change where they started that whole thing about having a 60% acceptance rate, and even Top Dasher. Like before all of that, it was
Wait.
going nuts.
What 60% acceptance thing?
Well, in certain markets, 60% acceptance rate. They said if you want to receive higher offers, accept 60%
Oh,
or higher of your.
I ain't worried. I ain't playing with that. I don't care about that.
It's,
So I did turn my DoorDash on last week for
okay.
like an hour.
Okay. And
And
uh-huh.
it was just like it always is. Bing, 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 bing. Walmart, this, that, and the other. I mean, I made, I think, $35 in an hour.
Well, I mean, that's your market though, man. That ain't fair. It ain't fair to talk about your market. Your market is definitely booming. It doesn't even surprise me that you make money on just about any platform in your market, man.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure I need to turn my Grubhub on this week because I don't want to get deactivated. I'm not sure what their rules are or how often you got to deliver or whatnot, but I don't want to get deactivated.
Well, to avoid deactivation, if you're not working Grubhub, it's just 60 days. Well, the first 30 days they give you a warning like, hey, what's going on? Hey, you're gonna be deactivated in the next 30. So if you're not off the platform, I think you're supposed to pick up a block of some sort within a certain amount of time. Correct me if I'm wrong. Any experienced Grubhub drivers in the chat or in the comment section down below. I believe if you don't pick up a schedule, a block of any sort, then your stats will get reset. They will reset your stats. So you're not going to be a Premier, Pro, or Partner. I think you might not even be an entry. I don't know what you're going to be. I've never experienced it. But I do know after 60 days, they will deactivate or terminate your account.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to turn it on this week for sure. I'm gonna do it just because I don't want to risk that. But I have this theory about DoorDash.
Mm-hmm.
And there's really no way to tell if it's true or not, but I have this theory because like even before this thing,
Mm-hmm.
like every once in a while you'd be able to just dash now, but only for a half an hour block. So my theory is like if a certain amount of drivers reject an offer so many times, they open up another half hour block, hoping that person will then take that crap offer. That's just my theory.
Okay. All right. Well, anything else you want to share? Well, let's hold on before I let you go. This Instacart thing, you're seeing a lot of drivers, right?
Right.
How long have you been doing Instacart? Is it only because of the COVID-19 pandemic that you really started to focus on Instacart, or were you doing it before that?
I did it a little bit before that, but not like full time like I am now.
Okay.
I'm not even sure how I tripped upon, say, the Costco. I don't even remember.
Mm-hmm.
I must have been driving by and saw a good offer. I'm like, okay, snatch that up. I did it, and I'm like, well, let's see what happens. And then I saw more and more and more of them.
Mm-hmm.
But a lot of these people that are ordering on Instacart have been ordering for a long time because I delivered to someone today that had like 140 orders. So
Gotcha. Okay. All right.
I
Well,
mean,
I'm
yeah, now I'm just all about it.
well, I will definitely say that when I did my first batch, uh, I saw everybody had a mask and running up and down the aisles looking at their phones. There was one guy that almost ran into me. He was like, "My bad, man. I'm just trying to get this money." I was like, "Oh, hey, do your thing, man." you know. But
So
uh-huh.
I do know starting Monday, at least in my market, I'm sure other places are probably seeing this too. But starting Monday, everybody's required to wear a mask in Costco, even the regular people, customers. They have to wear a mask or they can't go in.
Well, I mean, it's almost becoming a mandatory thing everywhere, not just in Costco, but many restaurants aren't not they're not even giving you your order if you don't have a mask on. Some restaurants won't serve you at all if you don't have a mask on. It's more of a mandatory thing. I know in South Florida it is. I don't know about Central or anywhere else. All right. So anything else you want to share with the family, brother, before I open the lines back up?
No, sir, I think we're good. Like you said, we're all hustling out here, and we can't find a way to make money. We'll jump ship and find a different way. I'm sure most of us are like that, like you said. So everybody do what you got to do to get that money, and have a good night.
All right. Thank you for calling in, Matt B.
Of course.
All right, brother.
Thanks, bye.
Later. Okay, the lines are open again, ladies and gentlemen. If you want to call in and talk about Instacart or even how your market is performing at this current moment, feel free to call in right now. We got a caller calling in. Let's answer this. Thank you for calling Gig Talk Live. What's up, Josh?
Not much, man. I couldn't be the first caller because I joined the stream and I was like, man, I don't even know what we're talking about.
All right, but you know what we're talking about now, right?
Yeah, I had to like sit back and watch for a second.
Okay. All right. So as far as the question of the stream, is market oversaturation the real issue? What do you think?
In my market, oh hell yeah, it's been an issue since let's say almost a year now, over a year. Because as you know, I've been complaining about it for over a year now.
Yeah, definitely. You've definitely been complaining about oversaturation in your market for a while, especially on Grubhub.
And that's across. I mean, I wouldn't even single them out at this point. You know, people here they don't want to go to a W-2, which is that's fine. But you know, people want to be their own boss, so that's kind of why that happens.
But at the same time, I'm trying to figure this out as far as like, you know, the whole pandemic and everything. The way that it is now, a lot of people are staying home, Josh. And if people are staying home, a lot of drivers are not really out on the road as we think. And if they're not out on the road, then is it just really slow, or is it market oversaturation or market saturation?
I mean, I've seen a lot more people go to the stores once a week and buy their own food. So, I mean, I just think it's slower because here in Orlando, I've been seeing a lot of people just go to the store and buy their food more than I usually do, you know? And
hold on 1 second. They're saying that they can't hear you. Tell that dude to speak up. And you got something going on in your background. What is that?
It's called a car, but
seriously?
I mean, you know, I'm driving home. Like, I just got off.
I don't know what you doing. I know I'm streaming and you calling in. You acting like I got you on FaceTime over here. Like, yeah, I see what you're doing. No, I don't see you, man.
I should have called you on FaceTime so you could see. Never mind.
Yeah, dude, you tripping.
Can you hear me better now?
Can y'all hear Josh better now? He wants, every time he calls in, we always have some kind of issue with hearing him. Yeah, whispering Josh. Whispering Josh.
Speaker UDM.
Don't worry. I'm about to get rid of the speaker, then you won't have any excuse why we can't hear you.
Then it's gonna be your bum controls. You're gonna get a mixer, and it's gonna be like a pawn shop mixer. You know.
All right, man. So, anything else you want to share as far as this topic goes? Anything additional? Yeah. Go ahead.
We were talking about mainly Instacart. So I mean, as I told you, I've been taking a couple of less hours from Amazon, just simply because, like I said, I wanted to do some of the apps because. Amazon, as good as an employer as it is, especially driving a van, it gets old and repetitive. So sometimes, I told my DSP, I was like, yo, I want a couple of less hours because I want to go out and do some of the apps and like switch it up a little bit.
Mm-hmm.
So, I mean, in my market, it's been pretty decent. Like, I don't think it's more so oversaturation. I think market education is big, knowing what's open and what's closed, knowing, where to go. Like, obviously, I can't go and work in downtown Disney because all the hotels are shut down and being used as like quarantine spaces. So it's like you just have to know your market a little bit more than you normally would. You just got to do more research.
Well, let me ask you this, Josh. How much of food delivery have you been doing in the past, I want to say, month? Let's just say month.
Well, remember, I just started kicking back the past 2 weeks. They're getting back into the saddle of it. So last week I did roughly about 23 hours. 20. And I know a lot of people are going to say it's part-time, and that's not.
I mean, but hey, some people do probably less than that. Just focus on you right now. Don't worry about them.
So so last week was 23. This week I'm already at 18. And I worked 1 day with Amazon, so I'm kind of like bouncing back and forth. But yeah, I'm hoping to shoot for 30 this week because I'm going to work the weekend.
Okay.
So almost full time.
Okay. So with the oversaturation topic, have you done within those 23 hours? Have you done any Instacart?
I have. I've done a couple of batches, mainly because we got on the topic of bots and how to beat the bots and all that. So I turned the app on just to see how it was. Mm-hmm. And, there's a couple of Publixes that I know that I like to sit at that are pretty popular in the residential areas around here.
Uh-huh.
So I usually go and sit at those. And I got orders just fine. You know what I mean? It's not really oversaturated as much as many people think. Like I said, to me, it was more so your homework.
Okay. What about DoorDash? What about Grubhub? You said you did 23 hours part-time. How much of those platforms did you work?
Bogged down. It's not. You're not receiving very many offers because a lot of them that are here in this area, like the restaurants, I should say, mm-hmm. A lot of them have the tablets turned off. They're closed. The shops are closed up. Remember, my market is mainly downtown Disney.
Right.
When it comes down to Grubhub, and I can't really move around as much as I want to.
Okay.
So, so that in particular, that's like super bogged down as far as Grubhub goes. So, you get a select few orders, going to the apartment complex, more than that. But DoorDash, Uber Eats, and I hate to say it, but Postmates has actually been coming through pretty decently because I can move around within multiple markets and multiple zones.
Gotcha.
So DoorDash has been pretty decent.
Okay. Well, thank you for your contribution, brother. It's always a pleasure hearing you whisper at first and then putting a little chest into your conversation.
Y'all make me like pull over, and I just pulled over and typed, man.
Well, listen, man, we always gotta mess with you, Josh. You probably like the youngest one in this whole live stream right now. But it's all good. You ain't gotta put your age out there. Nobody gotta know that you 19. Okay?
Wow. I believe y'all just one with the one making the most. That's all that matters.
Whatever, Josh. So everybody say good night to Joshua 305. Anything else you want to share with the family before we exit?
No,
exit,
have a good night. Don't go out there killing yourself, and that's about it.
Okay, all right. We're not exiting. I said exit, family, but we're not exiting just yet. I'm going to open the lines back up. All right, Josh. You have a good one, bro. All right. All right. So it seems as if, Josh's market, he has always dealt with oversaturation. So I feel like he's always going to look at oversaturation as, that's it, man. That's it. It's nothing else. It's oversaturation. I definitely want to hear from somebody else. If you want to call in, the number is up on the screen. We got a caller calling in. Woo! All We got a lot of beating going on there. What's up? Thank you for calling Gig Talk Live. Who are we speaking to? Hello, hello. All right, we'll take this next caller. Oh, all right. The lines are open again. Just waiting for somebody to call in. I'm gonna go to the chat here. All right, what's up, Valistat? What's up? What's up? John McKalen says, I thought he was 12. Yeah, right? All right, so the two numbers that just called, go ahead and call again. They were different area codes. I'm not going to put your area code out there, but meanwhile, can you guys put in the chat what, I'm saying a lot of ums right now, but what market you're working in? I see someone said something earlier. I'm trying to find it. I can't seem to find it, but I know in my market, family, I could only speak for myself, and I would like for you guys to speak for yourself as well. I'm trying to keep up with the chat as best as I can. All right, so maybe if I had Mrs. UDM on this live podcast, which is not something that she wants to do, but maybe I could have had her read some of these comments, keep up with the comments, so I can make sure that you guys get some kind of response from me. All right, we got Southwest Florida, we got Los Angeles, we got downtown Chicago. All right, we got a caller calling in. Thank you for calling Gig Talk Live. Who are we speaking to? I don't know if you can hear me, but I cannot hear you. If you have the mic on mute, I will not be able to hear you.
Hello, hello.
All right, there you go. What's up, brother? Who are we speaking to? Okay, all right. What's up, Valistat? Everybody say what's up to Valistat. How you doing, brother?
Hey, pretty good, Brian. UDM, how's it going, sir?
He called me dang. It ain't UDM right now. What's up, Brian?
Yeah.
How you doing, brother?
Long day, but I'm doing okay, and just catching your stream here and saying hi to the DFAM. Hope everyone's doing well.
Yeah. Okay. Well, let me hear what you have to say about this conversation that we're having right now. Is market oversaturation the real issue? What do you think?
I think it's a combination of maybe oversaturation depending on a certain platform and depending on the individual markets. Because as you said earlier in the stream, your market, you feel like it's oversaturated, but you're in kind of like a larger area.
Okay.
You see, everyone's got a little, I mean, like if you were to ask if Matt B is in an oversaturated market, I would probably think no, but only he could tell you that because he's in more of a rural state.
Right.
I'm in Tennessee, and we have 4 major cities, and I'm in the smallest city. And downtown, remember I told you a long time ago, downtown is 3 exits, and then it's just a whole bunch of surrounding areas. When one end it's suburban, the other 2 are rural, and so on and so forth. So it just depends on population density versus number of drivers versus the type of market you're in.
Right.
And in my personal market, since I'm in a smaller market, I don't think really oversaturation, at least in my market, is really an issue.
Okay.
We have so many platforms, or the 4 major ones, right?
Okay.
And as I told you in a conversation a while back, it used to be Grubhub was king, then DoorDash came in, and now Doordash is king. And it's kind of like a fight for 2 and 3 flipping between Grubhub and Uber Eats at the moment, and Postmates.
Right.
You already know Postmates, right? So
right.
The point is that I think it just depends on the market, as kind of like what you said earlier. I don't think it's oversaturated in my market. I mean, like today.
Okay.
DoorDash, right? Wife and I worked probably 5 total hours today, and we made about $120, not even really trying and not even multi-apping. But when I tried to go on Grubhub, as I told you in a conversation, it just seems like the pay the distance for Grubhub is just so outrageous now they can't even get enough Grubhub drivers to even get blocks anymore. I even sent you a screenshot. They're offering $15 an hour for 90% acceptance rate, which in my opinion is a joke, because who wants to drive all those miles for $15 an hour minimum?
Well,
So,
I had a driver. I got to share this one. This one is was shared with me. I can't remember exactly how they offered it to Dios, but it was $150 to complete 30 orders.
on Grubhub?
Yes, Grubhub offer. I will post the screenshot of what she sent me on my community tab after the stream, but it was like $150 for like 30 orders. Deliver 30 orders and get I think a bonus of 150. And I'm like, what?
That's like an old Uber Eats Quest type, bonus if you think about it.
Yeah, it sounds like it. And I'm just glad to see that they're offering drivers some kind of bonus, because I still haven't gotten one of these bonuses on my I've gotten $1, a whole dollar. Like, yeah, we'll give you $1 extra bonus. That's the most that I've gotten. But to see that, some drivers are saying that they're offering them $7, and today seeing that they were going to offer Dios 150. I'm like, what? Damn. Okay. All right. So you said that market, with the whole oversaturation or even a slowdown, you're not experiencing a slowdown. Is it mainly because of you switching which app that you put in the forefront of, which one you're going to turn on first? Or is it, have you realized, or have you noticed any kind of slowdown with the older apps, like say, and Uber Eats? Have you turned on Uber Eats as of lately?
Not really, but see, I'm a social butterfly when it comes to talking with people. Like at Chili's today, right? And DoorDash is, like I said, king in my market. And if you would have asked me this 6-7 months ago, I would have said I hated Tony Hsieh. I would have said that I hated DoorDash because of the past, right?
Mm-hmm.
But it really has changed, at least in my market, for the better. And after talking with these people, one person, her name was Sam, she said that it flips between. She doesn't do Grubhub. She only does DoorDash and Uber Eats. And she says she does very well on Uber Eats based off of the tips she gets. And every time I did Uber Eats, I really didn't get that great of tips.
Okay.
And I think Uber Eats, remember we were talking, they have the different levels, right?
Right.
They have platinum, diamond, novice, whatever you want to call it, right? Partner, whatever it is, right? They bring one.
Right.
So I think they're all the platforms other than Postmates, because I don't run it, so I don't know. But of the 3 platforms, it's almost like if you accept every order, or if you get to a certain volume of orders where you or Top Dasher and all this stuff, I hear from different people I talk to, other drivers I've talked to, that if you're at the Top Dasher level, you get paid the most. If you're at the Diamond level, or whatever the top level is on Uber Eats now, you get better customers that actually will tip better, so that you basically get paid more. And with Grubhub, if you're a premier driver, it seems like you get better offers with less distance. I don't know. I mean, I'm in a terrible market for Grubhub. So all the offers I seem to get, if I want the higher pay, I have to drive further to get it. And in your market, when we visited Miami, your market is just sprawling suburbs, just for miles upon miles upon miles, right? All the way down from, Fort Lauderdale, all the way down to Miami. I mean, it's just blocks upon blocks upon blocks, whereas mine, you saw my video of kind of like where I drive. I don't have that. So it's like dead miles a lot, right? So it just depends, in my personal opinion, on each individual market, how many drivers are in your market. If there is oversaturation, it's based on population density. It's based on every platform. If people are, like in your market, you say Grubhub is doing pretty well out there. So are there really a lot of Grubhub drivers because it's doing well?
Yeah.
If there's DoorDash drivers, I mean, in my market, you could throw a dime and hit a DoorDash driver, but we still have enough to make $120 in 5 hours. Yeah, I know a lot of people are in the bigger markets saying, "Oh, $120 is nothing. I make $300." From some people say, right?
Not necessarily. I wouldn't say that. That is. I mean, I'm in a larger market, but that is still kind of difficult to make. $300 in my market is definitely difficult to make unless you're going to put in that time. And the amount of time that I decide to go out here and work, I am not. Well, I know me. I'm not going to be working extra just to make $300. That's not my goal. Once I meet my goal, I go home.
Yeah. Of course.
But
yeah.
Well, brother, I appreciate the fact that you called in, and because I do know that your market is one of those markets that you guys have a lot of dead miles, and to hear that you actually are making good money in that market with DoorDash, right?
Correct. Yes.
Yeah, to hear that you're actually making good money with DoorDash and it's not slow for you, that's a plus. That's a plus.
I'm surprised too. Yeah.
Yeah. So, anything else you want to share with the family before I begin to close the lines?
No, that's pretty much it. I just wanted to, add my 2 cents in there. I know you have a large market, but in my personal opinion, I just think you just have a lot of drivers.
Yes.
In all the platforms.
Oh, yes. We definitely do. And I'll elaborate a little bit more about, my experiences over the last couple of weeks as soon as we end the call. But I want to make sure that you say everything you need to say.
That was it, sir. You have a great night. I just wanted to, like I said, just toss in my 2 cents and try to give you a call.
All right, brother. I appreciate the call. Everybody say good night to Valdestat. Have a good night, brother.
Yes, sir. You too. Good night.
All right, good night. Okay, so let me put this to the side. Okay, so the thing is, like I said at the very beginning, maybe it was the other stream, but I'm going to say it again. I have been experiencing an extreme slowdown, even down to the fact that I'm not seeing orders as much as I would normally see them in my market. Now, maybe I need to drive to another area. See, I know other areas that are busy. Even on the DoorDash map, it would show very busy in some areas, but one of the very busy zones is about 45 minutes away from where I am. So am I really willing to drive 45 minutes to that very busy area just for DoorDash? Or am I just going to stick with what I can in my area until it gets really bad where I'm not making money at all? All right. Today was one of the worst days for me. Okay. One of the worst days. I received one $14 order on Grubhub, none on DoorDash, one on Uber Eats for $3 that was supposed to take a total of about 25 minutes. I tried to get a batch. They disappeared, okay, on Instacart. But that's a different conversation, a different amount of shoppers in my area. There's a lot of shoppers. All right, but hey, that's just the game. You got to get the money wherever it is, right? And right now, people are going for that Instacart money because the money is there. But the thing is, it's just the food delivery apps are just not the same in my market. The area, like let me just say that, because my market have different areas, okay? So the zone or the area that I'm working, it's just not working at all. Now, this is the area I would make majority of my money. So I'm sure a lot of you can understand why I haven't moved on to another area just yet. But to see DoorDash, the number one that has been hitting my phone with orders, not necessarily orders that are worth taking, but to see that they are not sending me as many, it just blows my mind. So that's why I started this whole conversation tonight about whether it's really oversaturation. Is it the real issue? Or is it just the fact that people are just not ordering on these platforms anymore? All right. Lena, yes, multi-apping, but it just might be the area that I'm working. Uber Eats, DoorDash, Grubhub. The last couple of days, I've had them on. Now, I did receive a $9 offer on DoorDash, but then I had to let that one go because I ended up getting like a $26 on Grubhub, and they were going in opposite directions. And I'm like, do you want the $9 or do you want the $26? So I'm just saying, which one would you choose? We trying to make money in this pandemic, right? So I'm like, are you gonna go that all the way there? Because I still had a little bit of driving to do to get to that restaurant for the $9. And then the $26 came through. I was like, ooh. I'm sorry. But deuces. I had to let the $9 go. So I went for the 26, But I'm definitely multi-apping. I'm multi-apping like crazy. At one point, at the very beginning of this pandemic, when I decided to go back out, I should say, when I decided to go back out after taking a break, I was not multi-apping as much. Okay, I wasn't turning on secondary, third apps, fourth apps. I wasn't turning any of that on. I was just going out there and making the money that I was offered. And the money was good on one platform, which was the Grubhub platform. And when things became a little bit slow, then I would turn on, like, say, an Uber Eats or even like an Amazon Flex. I've done Amazon Flex and Grubhub. Yeah. If you have never done that, as long as you're within the region, I have done that. But I got to make sure I deliver these packages. But, hey, at the same time, I've done the Amazon Flex and Grubhub, But those have been my two go-to apps, Amazon Flex and Grubhub. Uber Eats, a lot more offers, but the pay. I'm looking for pay. I'm looking for money. DoorDash, I already told y'all what's going on in my market, but let's go back to the chat here. All right, Rideshare Trickster says, oh, by the way, Rideshare Trickster, thank you for the $2, bro. I forgot to say that at the very beginning. How low can your ratings go on DoorDash before you get deactivated? 4.2 customer rating, 70% completion rating. You can't get anything lower than that. 4.2 is the lowest you can go for a customer rating on DoorDash, and completion rating is 70%. Anything lower than that, then I'm being told, I've been told that they give you a little window to get it back up. Get your stuff back up. Get your stuff together before you get deactivated. But, if you can't get it back up before, they decide to do a sweep, then your account is going to be one of those that get deactivated. All right. Monique says, UDM, the ultimate multi-apping man, Grubhub plus Amazon Flex. I'm going where the money is. To be honest with you, when I say the money, I'm not necessarily talking about order volume, okay? I know, like I said, one area specifically that I know that I can go to make as much money as I can is about 45 minutes away. And I'm not willing to make that drive. How many of you are willing to make a 45-minute drive to make the money that you need to make right now? If your area is just slow, but you're still able to make some kind of money in your area, would you drive 45 minutes to make more money than what you make right now? Put it in the chat or in the comment section down below. That's the question of the night. All right. Just gonna read a few more comments, and then we're gonna start wrapping this up. Unfortunately, it is after 11, and I don't really like to go past 11 because I do have neighbors. I live in an apartment, okay, but I do have neighbors, and I want to respect them as much as possible. They allow me to blast my music, and we have a mutual understanding, okay. So let's see here. JJ Grace, you're not gonna drive 45 minutes Dunk says 45 minutes, even on 95. Man, listen here. I live in Pines, and I'm talking about Boca. Dunk. Okay? I'm talking about Boca. All right? Yeah. It's going to be a little bit of a drive. Yeah. Even on the turnpike. Even on I-95. Yeah. it's going to be a little drive to the. All right. So with all that being said, family, if you enjoyed the conversation, you enjoyed the stream, make sure you do me a favor and you squeeze the life out of that like button for me, please. I greatly appreciate it when you do that. It lets me know that you enjoyed the stream. And also leave a comment letting me know leave a comment letting me know how you feel about the conversations that we've been having on the channel. I try my best to put out content for you guys to listen to, content for you guys to relate to, and also, just a platform for you guys to meet other drivers that share their own stories about what's going on in their market, and maybe it can help you make a decision on what apps that you choose to work. I really want you guys to take advantage of what I'm trying to do here. I say we're a family. I tell you to hit subscribe, click the bell, and join the family, because this is the type of thing I'm trying to build. This is the type of community. This is not a Facebook group. This is basically like, hey, I work Grubhub. What apps do you work? Oh, I work DoorDash and Grubhub. Okay. We in the same market? Yeah. Okay, cool. Like, what areas do you work? Something similar to that, even though we are each other's competition. But I feel like an easy conversation, because there's a few people here. Let me just call out a few names of people that are in my market. Dunk, I just found out that you're in Pompano, but Chasing Bags, South Florida. We got Gavin, South Florida. Cat, South Florida. I know Kick Rocks is in Southwest Florida, but, from time to time, he has made his way down on this side. There's other people here. I am Rayanne, South Florida. There's a few of us here, and it's just good to hear what other drivers are going through in our market or even in other markets across the U.S. I had another driver in L.A. reach out to me asking me about DoorDash. Is your DoorDash app crashed? Did it crash? Is it slow for you? I got to go back to Grubhub. So use this time to hit subscribe, click the bell, and join the family, because this is what I'm trying to build. Okay? It's not just about getting as many subscribers as possible. It's about the community, gaining information from each other to come to one solution, finding a solution to a problem. I'm not the only one that could find solutions. Many people in the chat, in the comment section, they have reached out to me with solutions, and then I put it out there. Two people I'm gonna put out there right now. I'm gonna put the spotlight on you. Monique is one. Kick Rocks is another. Adam Englander has reached out to me. I'm sorry if I have not called your name, or if I don't call your name, but a ton of you reach out to me. So I definitely want you guys to take advantage of this opportunity. It's not just about me being on the screen and putting out all the information that I find that's important, but for you to join the family is definitely important. So with that being said, family, if you have not done so already, squeeze the life out of that like button, and I love y'all to death. Okay? That's how I feel. All right? That's how I feel. Have a good night. If you're out on the road, make sure you get home safe. And if you're home, make sure you get some rest. And I will see y'all in the next video. All right?